Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Paulcast. So, you're watching the Paulcast episode half. I am Marianas MacLeod. Now, with us today, we have Stanley Craig, who is going to be talking with Mike Rochford, and, of course, we have our analyst, as usual, Johnny Schlongfield, and he's going to be analyzing everything. He's going to be our fact checker, so that's good. Now, I'm obviously the moderator as usual, so I'm going to go ahead and give us our first topic. Before our first topic, though, I just want to say hello to the folks, because it's been a while. It's been, I don't know how long it's been. I don't know when this is getting uploaded, but it's been at least a day. And I know that you guys, I know that in the trailer it says that we're uploading multiple times a day. I'm sorry about that, but that was a complete lie. Also, that trailer was for the official Sonic lore, which doesn't exist anymore. You're watching the official Jake Paul lore, obviously, with an HD.
Hey.
This is a podcast episode half. Let's get into our first topic. I have a question for you, Craig.
What's that?
So, my question for you, Craig, is why is the music gone? That's actually my question. Why is it? Did I forget to loop
The
it?
reason why
I forgot to loop it. Hold on. We're having some technical difficulties, folks. It's fine. We'll get this. We're looped now. The music will never end now. Okay. We're gonna move to our first topic now. So, Craig, I do actually have an actual question for you. The question is,
What's that?
did you see what Jake Paul did? Did you see what he
I
did?
did actually.
I would assume you did
I did,
because you're the #1 Jake Paul fan.
Well, yeah. So myself, title myself, the #1 Jake Paul fan. What he just done is Conor McGregor rules out fighting Jake Paul in August, despite promise to box again.
Now this is pretty crazy. So he's pretty much going back on his word. I want to know what Mike has to say about this.
What do you got, Mike?
Alright, so I gotta say, I don't know much about the situation, but what I do know is that Conor McGregor is a bum.
Whoa.
That is true.
Can we get a fact check on that?
Fact check. Alright. His attitude usually tends to declare that he is a bum, but it is usually seen to be more stage acting, I would say.
Okay, so we'll let that slide. Continue, Mike, please.
Alright, yeah, but no, Conor McGregor seems to want to just make a show, and so it's kind of obvious that he would want to fight Jake Paul. They're both showmen, and nothing wrong with that. But
are you aware that the topic we're discussing is that they're not fighting?
Oh, okay. Well, so of course, Conor McGregor would want to stay away from Jake Paul since he's not much of the showman type. So,
That's right.
Having some trouble there, Mike?
Yeah.
We can move over to Craig. What do you think on the matter? Because I'm intrigued.
So first off, this is an obvious case of McGregor cowering in fear to the might of Jake Paul.
That's what I was thinking as well, actually.
It's obvious. There's no other reason why he wouldn't want to fight Jake Paul. This is an obvious case of just fear.
And I would ask for a fact check, but I think that's pretty clear. Is that right, Johnny?
Yeah, I wouldn't say the fact check here. This is kind of a logical assumption here.
Exactly.
Jake Paul is in his prime right now. I mean, there's nothing really to say about
And
that.
that's a fact. Now, I do have one thing to say. I think it's interesting that everyone's pointing the blame to Jake Paul on this one. Everyone's saying, oh, Jake Paul's backing out. I don't think that's the case here. I think the case here is that Conor McGregor is backing out.
Yeah, why you?
And we know why. We know exactly why. Because Conor McGregor, as Mike said, is an absolute bum. So I think that's the case. What do you think,
That's
Craig?
So, I'm reading this article right here. It's saying here, so this is the next breaking news right now. This just came out 16 hours ago. Jake Paul warned he will pay dearly if he fights Anderson Silva.
So he wants to fight Anderson Silva. Can we get a fact check on that, Johnny?
Fact check. Yes, can I get the name?
That is new to me.
Is it his mic?
Well, I'm saying that because I follow Silva's career pretty heavily.
Oh, okay.
He's warned. I mean,
Mike
This-
is just so you guys can get clear here. So, Craig is obviously the #1 Jake Paul here. We have Mike here, who's more of an actual boxing expert rather than a Jake Paul fan. And then obviously we have Johnny as the fact checker. But yeah, so I do want to hear your opinion on this new fight. What do you think could happen, Mike? Which way do you think this could go?
I think this could go both ways easily because if this is going to be marketed as a boxing match, it could be very similarly compared to the Floyd Mayweather and McGregor bout. It was more of a stage performance than anything. But I think it just depends on how much the judges are going to let each fighter do, and it's going to depend on whether it's going to be a real boxing match or if they're going to have like dumb rules like they did with Mayweather and Paul. So overall,
We're not gonna diss Mayweather and Paul, are we?
No,
Mike.
no.
That
No.
was a beautiful fight. I don't want to hear anything coming from your corner.
I'm
Now,
saying-
if I may interlude, I have done some fact checking.
Fact check.
That does.
Johnny.
It does seem that Jake Paul did take to Twitter to react to Silva's fight, recent fight. It seems that he posted a Photoshop picture of Silva's face on an exterminator
Oh,
shot at the spider. I don't really know what that's implying, but it does seem to be a point of conflict.
I'm reading this here article by Newsmax. It's saying here that Paul has been taunting Anderson to fight him, and they're warning him if he fights him, he's gonna be in serious trouble. Now, it's saying here, seemingly become the frontrunner to fight Jake Paul in the summer. So, I don't know if this could happen.
so this could be in the summer. This could be very soon because we are in the summer right now. This could be tomorrow. This could be
announced, right?
Wednesday. This could be Friday. This could be next week.
I could be Paul.
I don't think that's. I don't think we need to fact check that because that's just obviously false. But thanks for the input. So I just think that's interesting that we're seeing Jake Paul is trying to get a new opponent at the moment, and he's failing miserably at getting an opponent. And the reason why I don't believe it's Jake Paul's fault, I believe that it is every opponent bowing down in fear to Jake Paul and backing up.
That's right.
They realize that they cannot fight Jake Paul. They realize that Jake Paul is probably one of the best boxers of all time. And they realize that he hasn't even shown his full potential yet. I mean, we saw he fought Floyd Mayweather and he absolutely destroyed him. Floyd Mayweather, of course, being the #1 boxer of all time, he made Floyd Mayweather look like a fly on a wall.
I would like to say something. How is Floyd Mayweather the greatest boxer of all time?
Can we get
That's
a fact
false.
check? Because that's what I heard.
Fact check.
Hear that from Johnny himself.
Yes, I will take a fact check.
Alright, so I have some breaking news after this.
Do you actually?
It's actually pretty big.
Okay. Well, we'll head to that after this fact check from Johnny.
So
Yeah.
I took to Quora here, which is a blogging site, and based on some facts and opinions, it seems that some people tend to think that yes, Floyd Mayweather is absolutely considered one of the best boxers of all time.
One of them.
So I think it's fair to say that he is as an opinion. So I think we can move on here.
Yeah.
The
Is
fact
that
that
your-
Jake Paul is able to beat him shows that Jake Paul may in fact be the best boxer of all time, and we haven't even seen the half of it. And that's why I believe everyone's not wanting to fight him, because they know that he is going to beat the cheeks out of him. Alright?
Yeah.
And I think
Oh.
that's pretty obvious and pretty logical conclusion to make, but Mike is making a strange face, so we'll head to Mike.
I don't think that's it. I think it's just scheduling differences, to be honest. I think
Whoa! Whoa.
Now what?
Whoa,
Hold on.
whoa,
So
whoa,
if I can interlude right now.
Please
I want
interlude,
to-
Johnny.
So I want to be more detailed on the facts. He's considered top 100. He's not considered top 10.
100. So not.
Top 100, not top 10.
But we can still infer that Jake Paul.
We can still
is
infer
number
that
one.
he is. Yeah.
So that means that Mike here isn't making any sense.
What did I say?
I'll like to move on to the next.
All I said that Floyd Mayweather wasn't the greatest boxer of all time.
No. I heard something about a scheduling difference. I believe that is not true. I believe that is completely and utterly the fact that Jake Paul is quite possibly the best boxer of all time, and that's why they aren't wanting to fight him.
Well,
I don't believe it has anything to do with scheduling differences.
Boxers aren't scared.
I think in this case they are.
No, boxers were raised their whole life being scared of things, being scared of homelessness, being scared of disease, and then they went to the boxing match to pound the fear out of them. So
I would like.
Okay, what I'm saying here is that
I would
they
like to
all
make
know
a
that they're
fact
going
check
to.
here.
Excuse me, Johnny.
I would like to interlude with a fact
Excuse me,
check.
Johnny. You can interlude in just a second. I do want
Alright.
to talk to Mike for a second here. I believe that the people are scared not because they're scared for their life, but because they know that they're going to lose to Jake Paul, and they don't want that on their career. Because how bad is that on your career? You lost to a YouTuber? That's not very good. I believe that's why they're all backing out, because they know that they are in fact going to lose. Anyways, let's move to Johnny for this fact check.
I heard Mr. Mike here say that some boxers were in fear of growing up in poverty and homelessness, but I also believe that does not everyone live in fear of growing up in poverty and homelessness?
Mike,
What? No, of course everyone isn't born in poverty homeless.
I said, is not everyone born in fear of growing up
Well, yeah,
in
yeah,
homelessness and poverty?
well, yeah.
I think
But,
the
like,
reality here is that Mike is confused.
No, the reality is that boxing is the number one sport where you cannot be afraid, or if you're afraid in the boxing ring, then you're clapped.
Are you stating that these people are not afraid that they're going to lose to Jake Paul? Are you saying that
No.
they may win to Jake Paul? Are you implying that Jake Paul may not be the best boxer of all time?
I am implying that Jake Paul has more to prove.
And
I like
what
the
do
bun
you
in here.
mean by that, Mr.
By that I mean
Rochburn?
by that I mean that a 24-year-old can't be the greatest boxer of all time.
And by that,
I'm
I
at
think
the
you're admonished.
Admonished.
I would like to
You, Mr.
I would like to do a
You've
fact
been
check here.
admonished. Anyways, I believe that Craig had something to say. I'm gonna send it to you, Craig.
Alright, thank you. So, I would like to say that this is some information. So, from the last Impulsive podcast, which is Logan
I
Paul's
believe
podcast,
it's
he had
actually
Snoop.
pronounced impulsive. Can we get a fact check, Johnny?
It is in fact impulsive.
Yes. Okay.
Thank you.
Just make sure to use the correct terminology, please, Craig. Thank you.
I'll put it in your sleep. So anyway, Snoop Dogg was in the last episode of this Impulsive podcast. So anyway, he said he bet $1 million that Jake Paul's next fight he's gonna win. He says he feels completely confident whoever he fights next he's going to win. So Snoop Dogg feels confident in that Jake Paul's ability. Then anyone who's that's good enough for me to say that Jake Paul is the greatest.
And I'm quite the Snoop Dogg fan, so I would say that Snoop Dogg is a very smart individual.
He's a very calculated individual.
I don't believe that he would ever do anything not smart for his self. And so by that, I would say that Jake Paul is definitely going to be winning this fight. Now, I would like to move back to Mike. I'm going to unadmonish you here if you'd like to say something.
How is Dog smart?
I'm sorry, are you implying that Snoop Dogg is not a smart individual?
Yes.
Whoa, can we get a fact check, Johnny? I'd like
Fact check.
I would like to give a fact check.
Fact
So
check right
basically,
now, boy.
the amount of money and the luxury that Snoop Dogg is living in, he has clearly had to pull some intellectual moves to make that much
That's
money.
exactly what I'm saying.
I would consider him being at
Nope.
least.
Absolutely. A man who smokes weed every day, 24 hours a day.
Can we
is
get a
not-
fact check on that? Does Snoop Dogg smoke weed every day at 24 hours a day? Can we get a fact check, Johnny?
I
If
cannot-
that's false, then I may have
I
to
cannot say
Figure of
24
speech.
hours a day, but I can say
It's a
his
figure of
song.
speech.
His song is "Smoke Weed Every Day." So
Okay, that is a good point.
that is a good point.
Do we take that song as factual though?
It was a figure of speech.
But at
Figure
the
of
same
speech.
time, now
I believe
based
that
off
all words are
based
figures
off
of
this claim,
speech.
I
Oh
do
my
not
God.
believe weed, the intellectual, does not give you a
Do we have any
What is the
any
word?
evidence that weed makes you dumber?
Yes. No, we don't. There is no evidence that weed makes you dumber.
Exactly. So, Mike, by that, I
but-
would say that you are
hold on.
incorrect.
No, but the thing is, weed is not good for you, which means smoking it is dumb.
I
That
believe
is-
that that is an
that's actually-
opinion.
That actually
No,
isn't
it's
actually-
not.
Weed is not actually unhealthy for you.
You are killing your body.
Weed is not actually unhealthy for
Mr.
you.
Mike,
Yes,
I don't see how that has anything to do with Snoop
I am
Dogg's
not-
intelligence based off of boxing.
Weed,
I think he's a very intelligent and calculated individual, and that's why I would say that I trust his opinion on the matter of Jake Paul's boxing career.
But by the way, I would like to introduce an actual statement here.
Can you do that, please, John?
Yes, I would like to say that Mr. Stanley's beanie here is absolutely boggers. Can we get a boggers?
I think we
Is
should
it?
take a second there to take a look at that. That's quite the beautiful beanie you got going there.
I think that deserves a bell ring right now.
I think,
Does it deserve a bell ring?
I think
Yeah,
you can ring that bell.
I appreciate that.
That's a really.
That
I
much-
think. In fact, can we get in the comments some praise for this beanie? This is very beautiful. Let's actually move over to the live chat for a second. I'd love to see what you guys think of the beanie. It looks like we're getting some messages coming in here. We got
Stinky John 27.
God.
That's a funny name, isn't it? Stinky John 27. Whoa, 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 whoa. Why? I'm seeing some messages appear up here in my corner. I see. I see. Oh, wow. This is interesting. I see some interesting messages appearing in the chat here. Gay by Booty Kisser.
Really?
Dash Mint says
Black cheese.
I don't like anyone, I'm ambiguous. And then we have today at 9:35 p.m. Bitmint said black and put a Among Us gif and then a
Bouncing cheeks.
gif. I then see a bot and then Booty Kisser is as stinker.
Ah.
So that's our live chat. I don't know what had anything to do with the beanie, so we're just gonna get off that. Thanks though for putting the messages in, whoever Bit-Mint is, and also Booty Kisser. Thank you for
Booty
the
Kisser.
kind word. Oh, Jake Paul is the best bot. I would agree, Mr. Bit.
Hey.
Thank you for that. Anyways, we're gonna move off the chat now. So, but thanks, people in the chat, for being in the chat. That's real nice. So, I heard that you had breaking news. So, Craig, what is the breaking news?
Alright, so earlier today I did a little analysis video about the drama. I would like to state though, before I give this information, this is a leak, this is not official. Take everything you hear here with a grain of salt. Alright. So apparently Nintendo is in the works with Jake Paul to make a Punch Out sequel, alright? Jake Paul is a star.
And can we get a fact check on that?
Fact check.
I will look for a fact check here.
While you're looking for that fact check, I think we're gonna. I think it's a good time to tell you about our sponsor, and that is the Ford Vehicle Company. Now, I don't know about you guys, but when I want to get around, I use a vehicular. What's the best vehicular? Well, one that drives, one that moves, one that's reliable. The most reliable car. Excuse me, Johnny. We're actually in a commercial break. So if you could give a second, because this is how we make money, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Let's just so we actually, I believe that the most reliable vehicles are from Ford Vehicle Company. We do have a testimony from Stanley Craig. What's your testimony? What's your experience with Ford Vehicle Company?
So I grew up in
Thank you, Craig. So I do have to say that Ford Vehicle Company is absolutely incredible. I'm laughing because it's just so true, and I'm so happy with my Ford truck, GMC 4x4 5000. So we're going to move back to that fact check. Johnny, do you have a result for us?
So the only fact check I can find is a video on our own channel. So
really?
You can go back to that video that is going to be linked in the description. So
Yes,
go
it will
watch
be.
that video for that fact check.
Okay, so there's the fact check. The fact check will be in the description. You can continue on that. Leak, Mr. Craig.
Thank you. So now, this week, it says that it'll be coming.
Whoa! It looks like we've lost Mr. Rochburn. He's no longer in this call. I don't know what happened to Mr. Rochburn, but he is gone. So I don't know what. Can Mr. Johnny, can you get Rochburn back in here? Can you try and get him back in here? I think he might be having some technical difficulties.
I cannot do that at the moment.
I can't get
do that?
Rochburn.
Can you get Rochburn, Craig? I know you have his personal number. Can you get Rochburn back in here?
I'll get Rochburn back.
Try and get him back because I don't know what happened to him. But until then, guys, we are going to head to a commercial. Or hold on, not a commercial. We're just gonna head to a break. We're gonna head to a break, guys, and we'll be back. Yes, we're back. It appears that Mike Rochburn is having some connection issues. He might be back later. I'm not 100% sure, but we're gonna make the most of this, even though Mike Rochburn is gone. I think we can still get a good show going. So, Craig, do you have any more on that?
Yeah. So basically, the name of this Jake Paul X Punch Out crossover, they got it. It's not coming out anytime soon. This may be years.
We're gonna do a break, actually. We'll be. I'm sorry, guys. We're having some technical difficulties. I'm very sorry. We will be back. We will be back. We're back. Howdy, guys. I just had to get my food. But
I'm lost without Howard.
I'm gonna head back to Craig. I'm gonna head back to you, Craig.
Play amazing mini games
Craig?
with a friend.
What's going on, Mr. Craig? Do you have any more news on that, Craig? Oh, Craig, you appear to be frozen.
Oh, Mr. Johnny.
Have we lost Craig? He's frozen.
Mr. Macleo, so I would like to conclude that Craig has been frozen at this moment. So he will not be talking at this point in time.
Is that Mr. Waddledy?
Yes, sir. This is Mr. Waddledy. I'm kind of cutting in for Johnny at the moment, so I'm going to need you to.
I just stubbed my toe. We're gonna head to a commercial break.
No.
And you are muted, Mr. Field.
You are muted.
Mr. Field. Mr. Schlong. Mr. Schlongfield, you are muted. Mr. Schlongfield, you want to unmute that microphone? Okay. Forget ExpressVPN. We'll be back more about ExpressVPN later. Back to your regularly scheduled show.
Can I finally talk about this leak?
Hold on. Gotta send it back to the folks. I just sent it back, and now the folks are coming back. Alright, we're back. Craig has some more news for us, so I'm gonna send it to Craig.
Alright, so I'm probably gonna cover this leak for you in full. So, apparently, this next leak here about the Punch-Out Jake Paul crossover. So basically, the next Nintendo console they do, it is rumored there's going to be a Punch-Out game where Jake Paul is going to be taking Little Mac. Now, this is still just a leak. This is not official at all. And the fact that Jake Paul is going to be in a Punch-Out game with Nintendo is simply unbelievable. It really is. The Jake Paulers are losing their mind right now. Like, go on Twitter, we're singing ball and tears of joy.
I'm very excited for that. That does sound very cool. Now, unfortunately, Mr. Crouchburn has still not come back. I don't think he's gonna be joining us again, but I would like to introduce our next segment here. So we talk about Jake Paul a lot on the Paulcast, but we also have some other news unrelated to Jake Paul because we have Logan Paul news. It is called the Paulcast.
Logan Paul.
It never specifies which Paul. So in the Logan Paul news, Craig, you can tell more about the Logan Paul news.
So the thing is with him, Logan Paul, he's not Jake.
Can we get a fact check on that? Mr. Waddle-Dee?
So yes, I'm Mr. Paulcast, and I will be cutting in for Johnny at this moment. And it seems that Jake Paul is indeed not Logan Paul. That's what they
Mr. Strongfield, can we zoom into the left side and enhance that? Because I think that's your face. I can see your face peeking in from the left. We're gonna enhance that in post. I believe that Mr. Waddle-Dee is a fraud.
No, it's Waddle. I am Waddle-Dee.
We don't actually need a fact check. We already know that Logan Paul is not Jake Paul. That's pretty obvious. They have different names. So, back to Craig. Continue.
So anyway, as I was saying, so basically, there is this fan speculation upon the Paulers, which I'm like the head leader, the head honcho of the Paulers.
Paulies?
Can we get back check on that? What's
I'm
the
the honcho of
Paulers?
the Paulers.
Donnie, can you get fact check that, please?
Yes, I want to take a quick Google search.
That's yeah.
Yes, it is in fact a it's a term for Jake Paul's fans.
Okay.
That is addressed by Jake Paul
That
himself.
makes sense. So we'll head back to Craig. More on that, Craig.
So anyway, as I was saying, the fan speculation right now is that Jake Paul and Logan
Sorry, Craig,
eventually.
I'm having a hard time seeing you. Can you brighten up your surroundings, please, Mr. Craig? Because right now I can scarcely even tell that you're there. Okay, that is better. Mr. Craig, if you'd like to continue on that, now that we can see you.
So anyway, as I was saying Jake Paul and Logan are speculating they're gonna be eventually, once they actually come together and they eventually hit each other, that is the logical step. You gotta be the biggest fight in the century.
And that's all the news we have for Logan Paul. We do have some more news. Regarding the monkeypox virus. I know that everyone's been freaking out, but we do have a statement by Dr. Anthony Fauci. He came out. Thank goodness. Thank goodness, Fauci. Thank goodness for Fauci. What would we do without him? He came out with a statement stating that monkeypox only affects homosexuals. So that is good for all of us, because none of us are homosexuals. Assuming, of course, that you're not. If you are, then you're weird. I don't really know what else to say about that. Can we get a fact check, by the way, Johnny? Because I'm pretty sure.
Going to hell at this
but we always need a fact check just so the folks know.
Well, it does not only affect gays or homosexuals for the people who do not like the term gay, but
wait, what?
It does largely affect gays. It has largely affected gays mainly because gays have.
Okay, but Dr. Fauci said that it only affects gays.
Well, the CDC says something else. So honestly, who do you want to trust?
Obviously, you want to trust.
That's just really who it is. So whoever you trust,
Fauci.
that's what it is. Yeah.
And you would agree, right, Johnny? Trust Fauci. Yeah. Fauci is a good man, and that's. But yeah, so I do just think that's interesting. We don't have to worry about monkeypox at all. So while the rest of the world's freaking out about it, just so that you folks know.
I would like this.
Man. Okay, man.
I would like.
What do you got, Craig?
So, if you are, like you said, this is really important. If you are gay with the monkeypox, you're going to hell because you're gay.
So I wouldn't catch those pox if I were you.
Sorry, Craig. You lagged out a second. Can you repeat that?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll repeat.
Yeah, I'm saying, if you are a homosexual, you're going to hell.
Can we get a fact check, Johnny?
So that is in fact true.
Oh no.
Yes, it is in fact true that you will go to hell. If you decide
Johnny,
to
what's
do that.
going on? Whoa! Whoa!
What the heck? Where am
Whoa!
I? Wait. No, guys, where am
Whoa!
I? Am I in the back rooms? What the frick is this? I'm at. What is that?
Johnny, we're having some trouble seeing you.
What?
Oh my goodness, there's a floating head beside you, Johnny. I don't know what's going on. We're gonna head to a commercial break.
I just got that.
We're actually in a commercial break though because I need to go get a drink. I'll be right back.
Can we stop? My throat hurts. I'm kind of done. My throat hurts a lot.
Take that.
Mr. MacLeod, I have to express myself about ExpressVPN. Now, ExpressVPN is a VPN software that protects you and your home from invaders. Now, you might be wondering, what invaders would come into my home? Well, the invaders we're talking about are the people online, the geographic invaders of the internet. They are going to steal your data, and they would like to look and leak your personal history, as well as all your cookies in every place that you have ever been on the internet. And so ExpressVPN can help hide you from those invaders and actually bring you to other places in the world.
That's incredible. I've always wanted to visit Italy.
You can be protected.
Thank you.
And with that, I must exit.
But actually,
We lost Johnny as well. We're just losing everyone. Stanley, you having trouble there?
I'm fine.
We actually lost Johnny. He's gone now. Do you think you can try and get him back? Do you think that would be possible?
He says he doesn't like you.
Oh, that's a shame. Alright, well, we are running out of time here. So, we will wrap this up, but we do have one more topic. So can you hit them with that, Craig?
So but apparently, the new Jake Paul
Merch just dropped. So they're opening up some new hoodies. That's pretty cool.
That's for tomorrow's podcast. Have we run out of topics? We're starting to use tomorrow.
No.
We can't use tomorrow's topics. We just gave them a spoiler.
So anyway, that's what we're saying. The new Logan Paul tweet teased the new we're out of topics.
I think we are. Well, that's fine. Now, I'm sorry, guys. The podcast was a little rocky today. We lost Roxburn. And then we also lost Craig. Sorry, not Craig. We lost Schlongfield. I don't know what happened to either of them. I think they were having connection issues. But, this podcast is a little shorter. Sorry, but the Paulcast is going to be ending a little early today. But, I do hope that you enjoyed very much. And we will be back tomorrow for so much more news. We got so much news tomorrow. It's unbelievable. It really is unbelievable. I can't even believe it. Can you believe that, Craig? Craig, are you there? At this point, I think we're just padding for time, so I think we can
Guys.
Whoa, what?
It's 3 I'm about to take the Jake Paul.
Oh yeah, remember that? I need time, guys.
Let me end the podcast, but I know it's not. Sorry.
I should admonish you here. Sorry, you're gone now.
Admonished.
So, I think we end the podcast here. Thanks guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Yeah. But I guess we can read the chat now. Let me bring back Craig. You're back, Craig. We're gonna read the chat and then we're gonna end it.
Alright, I'll read the first one. We're gonna want back to back, right? So first chat from Maddie Boo. Hey Craig, you look pretty fine today.
I don't see that.
Thank you, Matt.
Whoa! You're glitching out! You're glitching out, Craig. You're glitching out really bad. What is going on? I think we're gonna end it there. I'm sorry, folks. Craig appears to be having an aneurysm. I don't know what's going on, but I think we'll just admonish him for his own good.
Admonished.
But anyways, just had to get that burp out. Okay.
Thank you for watching the podcast episode F.
And we'll be back tomorrow for more Jake Paul news and also other news, obviously. We don't just... In case you guys are new to the podcast, it may be called the Paulcast, but it's actually the cast for everything that you would need to know. And, yeah. Every single day from 9 a.m. Eastern to 3 p.m. Eastern time for 6 hours. Obviously, you only get 1 hour from this, but for the other 5 hours, you can find us on Rumble. So yeah, join us there. You can also get our subscription service at paulcast.co. Yeah, that's about it, I think. Just in case, Craig is... Are you still lagging out? Oh no, Craig's back. Craig, so you have anything else? Did I miss anything?
Yeah, you forgot them, just like Jake Paul says, y'all. It's every day, bro. It's every day.
Yes, it is. Yes, so I've been Marianas MacLeod. I was joined here with Craig, Stanley Craig. I was also joined here with Mike Crotchburn and also Johnny Strong Longfield. I don't know. What's going on?
Oh,
We're just gonna end it there, guys. Thank you so much. I've been Manny on SmackDown, and we'll see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern.
every day, bro.
It's every day, bro. Bye.
Oh, Maya. My father talked forever about you.